Good morning, everyone. This is state climatologist Gary McManus with your Mesonet weather report. You thought that groundhog was kidding, didn't you? Well, he really wasn't. And winter roared back across the state with snow, ice, freezing rain, all the bad stuff. We did need the moisture, however. Didn't move the drought monitor map very much. Let's take a look at that first. Okay, as you can see, we have still much of the northwestern half to two-thirds of the state covered by those abnormally dry conditions. Not drought, but signaling areas that could go into drought without significant moisture. As we go forward, we do have those areas of moderate drought up in the north central and south central portions of the state, and also just a tiny bit of severe drought up in the north central portions of the state. Again, these are areas that could intensify if we don't get significant moisture. But you can see from the consecutive days with less than a quarter inch of rainfall map. Now, of course, quarter inch of rainfall, that also means melted snowfall, melted ice. So if you look back, we've now gone more than 90 days without at least a quarter inch of rain in a single day, a quarter inch of moisture through much of the northwestern half to two-thirds of the state. So really, when you get to the west of I-35, you're dealing with at least 3 months without significant moisture. That's also shown on the 90-day rainfall accumulation map from the Mesonet. Again, you get west of I-35, you're talking maybe at 2 inches at the most, but mostly less than an inch. And you get out in the Panhandle, you're barely at a quarter of an inch. So desperate need for moisture on that part of the state. Not as bad since it's been so cold, but it would certainly help as we go into the warmer months in the next 2 to 3 months. Also shown the departure from normal rainfall map. Those deficits across much of the state now up to above 3 inches, 2 to 3 inches in general. Out in the Panhandle, it's about an inch to 2 inches. We do have some significant deficits up in the northeastern part of the state where they're getting closer to 5 inches below normal over that 90-day period. Down in southeast Oklahoma, a pretty good little bit of surplus from 3 to as much as 6 inches down in that little tiny corner of the state. Okay, you reflect that on what part of the year are we in. So about an inch, 2 inches in the Panhandle, as much as 4 inches below normal over in the east central and northeastern Oklahoma. How does that relate to being in the driest part of the year? Well, when you look at the percent of normal, the Panhandle and southwestern Oklahoma are still by far the driest, despite the fact that they expect less. So they're generally less than a quarter, 25% of normal over that time frame. But again, a large part of the state is less than 50% of normal over the last 90 days. Is that heat going to come back? Well, it certainly is. We look at the next week. We do see those above normal temperatures starting to come back into the forecast. In fact, we could see 70s on Monday and Tuesday. So again, once we start to get up in those above normal temperatures again, that's going to put pressure on the drought monitor. The good news is we also see increased odds of above normal precipitation. So that might counteract a little bit of that. It's all basically baking a cake. So how do the ingredients change that make a drought? Now, if we take a look at the U.S. seasonal drought outlook, this is for February 20th through May 31st. So basically, over the next 3 months, the drought monitor does see drought development likely across the western portions of the state, and those areas where it already exists at this point, that's expected to persist. Luckily, no development across the eastern half of the state, and that little tiny area of drought up in the east central Oklahoma is expected to improve over the next 3 months. So some good news and bad news. Personally, I would like some 70s just for a couple of days just to get out of this sub-zero environment that we've been in. But we do need the moisture to stave off that drought. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time on the Mesonet Weather Report.